High-pass RC circuit. This circuit consists two components, resistor and capacitor. Here, the capacitor is connected in series with load and the resistor is connected in shunt with the load, such that this circuit acts as high-pass. Let us check once whether this actually acts as high-pass circuit or not. So we already know that in these two components, the frequency dependent component is capacitor. The capacitive reactance Xc is given by 1 by 2 pi Fc. That means when frequency is low, the capacitive reactance is high. When the frequency is high, the capacitive reactance is low. That means the capacitive reactance value is inversely proportional to the frequency. Okay, for example, here I am considered at 0 frequency. If f value is 0, then Xc value becomes infinite, so that the capacitor acts as a open circuit. Okay, so we already know that the 0 frequency signal, we call it as a DC signal. So when capacitor acts as an open circuit, that means there is no connection between input and output. Therefore, we are not getting any output signal. That means for DC, the capacitor open and we are not getting any output signal. So it blocks the DC signal. That's why this capacitor is also called as DC blocking capacitor. So if you are considered at low frequencies, then what happened? Xc value is very high. Then also it doesn't allows, it provides a maximum attenuation for low frequency signals. If the frequencies goes on increases, if the input frequency goes on increases, the frequency of the input signal goes on increases, then what happens? The capacitive reactance goes on decreases. Okay, at very high frequencies, the capacitive reactance becomes very low. Almost it acts as a short circuit. Then the high frequency components are passes through capacitor to the input. Therefore, it provides very little attenuation at high frequencies. Okay, that means this circuit attenuates the low frequency components and allows the high frequency components. Why? Because at low frequencies the capacitor acts as an open circuit, at high frequencies the capacitor acts as short circuit. Therefore, this circuit acts as a high pass circuit. So it is called as high pass RC circuit. Now we need to find the frequency response of this high pass circuit. For finding frequency response, we need to write the KVL. Whenever we are applying some input voltage, due to this input voltage, some current is drawn in the circuit. Let it be the current passing through the circuit is I. Okay, then what will be the equation? The input voltage is equal to sum of the voltage across the capacitor and voltage across the resistor. Okay, so that is I am shown here. By applying KVL at the input, we are getting VI of t is equal to the voltage across the capacitor is given by 1 by C integral I of t dt plus the voltage across the resistor is given by R into I of t. Here the variable of t represents this variable is function of t. With respect to time, the value of this variable is change. Okay, so to find the transfer function, I am applying Laplace transform here. By applying Laplace transform to the above equation, what we are getting? Laplace transform of Vi of t is Vi of s. The Laplace transform of 1 by C integral I of t dt is nothing but 1 by C constant, same as it is. Integral I of dt is nothing but 1 by s I of s plus R constant again. I of t Laplace transform is I of s. We are getting Laplace transform for the above equation. Now from the circuit I am find the what is R into I of s. So this is nothing but the drop across the resistor, that is nothing but the output voltage. From the circuit, the output voltage V0 of t is nothing but R into I of t. So in terms of Laplace transform, V naught of S is equal to R into I of S. So R into I of S I am substitute as V naught of S, and I of S as V naught of S divided by R. So this, from this equation I substitute these values. So 1 by C is same as it is. Instead of I of S I substitute V naught of S by R, and R into I of S as V naught of S. So we are substituting like this. Now let us see. Here I am taking V naught of S common. If you are taking V naught of S common, then what it remaining? 1 by Cs into R, that means 1 by RCS plus 1. So 1 by RCS plus 1 into V naught of S. We already know that the transfer function of any circuit is given by output voltage by input voltage. Okay, so V naught of S divided by Vi of S. So V naught of S divided by Vi of S. Therefore, this function goes that side. Then it becomes 1 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by RCS. So here we are getting the transfer function of this circuit in terms of S domain. So for finding frequency response, we need to get the transfer function in terms of frequency. Okay, so for that purpose, here I replace this S with J2 pi F. Okay, so by substituting J2 pi F in the above equation, then we are getting the transfer function in terms of frequency. So that is given by 1 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by J2 pi F RC. So RC is same as it is here also, but instead of S I am substituting J2 pi F. Okay, now we already know that 1 by J value is nothing but minus J. So what is remaining factor? 1 by 2 pi F RC. So I am kept F as it is, but what is the remaining factors? 1 divided by 2 pi RC, that I will written as FL. Why here I am take it as only FL? Why can't other as? Okay, why? Because here the FL represents the lower cutoff frequency. So this circuit is a high pass RC circuit, therefore it having the lower cutoff frequency. That indicates that up to that frequency the lower frequency signals are attenuated. Okay, so here what is FL value? FL value is given by 1 by 2 pi RC. That indicates that the FL value purely depending on the value of resistance and the value of capacitance. Okay, now by using this function we will draw the frequency response. Here we will draw the frequency response for magnitude of G of F and phase of G of F. What is the magnitude of G of F from this equation? So 1 divided by root of 1 plus this term FL by FL whole square. So that is the magnitude. Now what about the phase? Phase angle is given by tan inverse of imaginary part, that is tan inverse of FL by F. So let's move on. So the magnitude of the transfer function G of F is equal to 1 divided by root of FL by F whole square. The phase angle is angle G of F is equal to tan inverse of FL by F. So here FL depends on the value of resistor and capacitor, and F is nothing but the frequency of the input signal. So I am varying the frequency of the input signal. So I am substitute F value as 0 and FL and infinite. So for 3 different frequencies, how the response is. Okay, so by substituting F is equal to 0, what it becomes? FL by F0. So this term becomes infinite. Infinite something plus it's something, it becomes infinite. 1 by infinite value is 0. Okay, so in same way for phase angle, FL by infinite, that sorry FL by 0, that becomes infinite. Tan inverse of infinite value is plus 90 degrees. In same way, if I substitute F equal to FL, then what it becomes? FL is equal to FL, so it becomes 1. 1 plus 1, it is 2. So 1 divided by root 2, that value is 0.707. Now same substitute in phase angle. F is equal to FL. FL by FL value is 1. Tan inverse of 1 value is 45 degrees. Okay, we are getting 45. Now substitute F equal to infinite. When you are substituting F equal to infinite, something divided by infinite, that becomes 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1 divided by 1 value is 1. So similarly phase angle, something divided by infinite, that becomes 0. Tan inverse of 0 value is 0 degrees. Now we are getting magnitude and phase angle values at 3 different values. Now substitute. So here the frequency response we are drawn, we already know that the response with respect to frequency, that means the output voltage variation with respect to frequency. So here frequency is a independent variable, that's why here I am taken on x-axis. Okay, so the first one is frequency versus amplitude. This gives the magnitude curve, and frequency versus phase angle, this gives the phase curve. Okay, so at f equal to 0, what is magnitude? 0. At f equal to fl, what is the magnitude? 0.707. At f equal to infinite, what is the value? 1. So add these three values, then we are getting the waveform like this. Okay, so here if you observe this curve, so from 0 to fl we are getting not at maximum value, here we are getting some minimum values. Therefore this indicates that at lower frequencies this circuit attenuates the signals, so it is called as stop band. So up to fl we call it as a stop band, after fl we call it as a pass band. So in stop band the attenuation is maximum, in pass band the attenuation is minimum. Practically we are getting the waveform like this, but ideally the waveform we are getting as up to fl the output is 0, after fl the output is maximum. Okay, next one. So here there is no need to mention the slope, what is the slope of this circuit and what is 3 dB value, all this not required. Okay, next one, phase angle. So at 0 frequency the phase angle is plus 90 degrees. At fl equal to fl value, f equal to fl value, the phase angle is 45 degrees. Phase angle is 45 degrees, and at f equal to infinite the phase angle is 0. So we are getting this one. Ideally it is 0, but practically we have some value. That's why I mentioned here like this. Okay, so this is the phase curve of the high pass RC circuit.